Good morning. It is Thursday, the 18th, and today we're going to be going into our Fetal Changes Lab. Now, this lab is pretty straightforward. I'm going to show you guys a couple of different ways that you can use in order to accurately make these measurements yourself if you don't even have a ruler. And so, let's get started. I'll explain the basics. It's really quite straightforward. So here is our lab. How does a human fetus change during development? So up here it talks about what that is, and then it wants you to define a couple of words. Now we will define all of these in class. Development is literally going to be the process whereby our embryo turns into a fetus and then continues on towards being a child. So development is this process of specialization where we get the arms and the organs and all of that. So process of growth and specialization, if I can spell. What is an embryo? An embryo is only the first 8 weeks. After that point, then it turns into a fetus. Mass, we're literally talking about mass. So we're really just looking at weight, how we measure weight anyway. And then what does it mean if someone's premature? So if a baby is born premature, it means that they are born early. They're born before 9 months. All right, so we've got our terms. Now, here is the measurement part of it. Now, you are going to measure 3 different lines. If you take a look, they have each of them. One is here from the bottom of the foot to the top of the knee. That is our leg length. The next one will be from the top of the knee down to the butt. That is our thigh length. The last one, let's go with kind of a gold. Will be from the bottom of butt to the top of the head, and that's going to be our body length. Let me see if I can change this to it. There we go. Great, so those are going to be your 3 measurements. So if you're doing this online, you can pick up the ruler, you can hold it up to the screen, and you can measure in that way. Let's say that you don't have a ruler, though. I got my phone. I did a search, and I will show you that search. Real size ruler. The second link right there is this pill app, right? Pilly app. Click on it. Now this will bring up a ruler on screen. Down here at the bottom, you can change it to centimeters. Nope, not interested. And this will auto detect. It's already detected that I am using a Galaxy S10e. S10e, right? So it already knows the size of my screen, and this ruler is accurate. Now, you can take, here go the lights, you can take this ruler on your phone while looking at your screen, and you can line it up. Let me get the lights. And you can line it up in order to get your measurements. So for instance, on this one, we'd be looking at that green line. That green line is going to be about 3.4 centimeters. Pain in the butt? Sure. Your other option, and one that I've seen a lot of people choose to use, is to do something like getting a sheet of paper, or in this case, a 3x5 card. And once they have their ruler up, they line it up at the bottom, and then they go, all right, so up to here is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right, and then you can go through and number them. And now it's not great, but you have this makeshift centimeter ruler that once again you can now hold up to your paper going from 0, and yep, you know what, that still goes just almost halfway between 3 and 4, so I would say that's probably about a 3.5. All right, so there are ways to get these measurements done even if you do not have a ruler with you. So you are going to measure the body length, that's the gold line for all of these. The thigh length, the red line. The leg length, the green line for all of them. Then you're going to add the whole thing up. So let's imagine, just imagine that at week 9 here, notice week 2 isn't even present. So we're going to put in a value of 0 for all of those because it's so small at this point that we cannot even detect. Why do you not want a text box? There we go. But let's say at 9 we measure it, and I'm just going to make up some values. So let's say we did 2 and 3, 4. All right, so then we add those up. 2, 3, and 4. So that's 5 plus 4 is 9. Total length, 9. Now we're going to take 9, we're going to multiply it by 2.5. So 9 multiplied by 2.5 is going to be uneven, but that's fine. We'll round to the nearest whole number. So that's going to be 9 times 2 is 18, times half of 9 is going to add 4.5. So 18 plus 4.5 will be 22.5. 22.5 will round up to 23. And you'll do that for each one. Not too bad. All right, then on this graph, we are going to graph that actual length. So, for instance, at 2 weeks, we couldn't measure anything, so that's 0. Now, that last one was at 9 weeks, and we had it up around the neighborhood of 23, so not quite to 25. And then let's say that it went up a little more and up a little more and up a lot and then down a little bit and then up again. Then we connect our line through it once again. It doesn't need to be perfect, but you're going to plot these values here on this graph here. And then it gets confusing because it's not set up well. Then this set for the mass is actually 2 separate data tables side by side. That's not one. So you see week 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, then 24, 28, 32, 36, and 38. So after 20, you got to come up over and continue reading here. You're going to plot these values down here on this graph. So at 4 weeks, it's half a gram. So at 4 weeks, that's going to be on 0. Like you're not even going to be able to tell the difference. The first measurement is 200. Then it's 1 at 8 weeks. Still going to look like 0. Then it's 15 at 12 weeks. Still going to look like 0. Now, at 16 weeks, now it's up to 100. So now we're halfway between 0 and 200. And then you will draw your line connecting each of these and whatever it looks like for the growth in mass. Then we answer questions. Now, people have issues with number 7. So let me show you folks how to do number 7. It says, if a premature baby is born with a mass of 2,200 grams, how old? So what we want to do is you're going to have your line here, right? And at 2,200, you're going to come up that side. You're going to bring your line over, hit the graph, and then bring it down. And we could say that that one's going to be about 32 weeks. At 1,800, you're going to come across at 1,800. You're going to hit the line. You're going to, yeah, that one went wide. You're going to bring it down, say 30 weeks. So you bring the line over till it hits the line that you have drawn on the graph, and then straight down from there should tell you the estimated week that the baby is. And that's it. Make sure that for number 6, you're looking at your graphs. That's where you will find the answers. Number 5, you're looking at your graphs. That's where you will find your answers. So, yeah, that's the whole lab. It's literally just a little bit of measurement, a couple of graphs, and then we answer the questions on it. So hopefully this helps. It's made it more clear. And of course, I'll be going over this in class. Of course, if you have any questions, stop into class. Mr. Matthews, what do I do with this? I'm lost. I'm confused. Please help me. I will. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great day. And I hope everybody can make it to class.